Got the inside of the trunk all wrapped up, last go around, and everything all squared away. Got the weather stripping put in, got the latch all adjusted and ready to go, but then we go ahead and try to shut the trunk, and now it won't shut. Well, that's a problem. That's just not going to work, and the solution isn't as complicated as you might think. So I went through the trouble of actually installing the trunk weather stripping that came with the OER weather strip kit for a first generation F-body. It's a pretty standard shape trunk seal, but I can tell you right now, it's not going to work. I'll show you here why, and the solution just the same, but not all seals are created equal, let's call it that way. But I wanted you to see, because this is what you're going to buy. You're going to buy it with that kit. That's the $20 weather strip thing, and you go to put your trunk all tucked in beautifully, it looks great, got it glued together, and you go to shut the trunk, and this daggum thing just will not shut. Now I could force it shut, maybe. Nope, probably not. I'm gonna dent something, I'm gonna tear something up. So how do you fix it? Simple, just adjust the latch up. That way it latches. Then you have hideous gaps on the trunk jamb. You went through a lot of trouble to dial it in. So what did you do wrong? Well, first things first, let's rip this piece of crap out of here, and then show you how this truck shuts with this out of the way. And this is free if anybody wants it. Now I've got those solid weather strip kits, weather strips to fit before, but in this case, not even close. Now, shut my trunk. I'm going to show you the gaps now. With that shut now, you can see my trunk lines up with the quarter panel, lines up with the leading edge there, all the way around to here. It looks pretty good. Our height is about right, not to mention all the dust on this poor car. The height is good right now, even across the back. It looks great. With that weather stripping on, you saw I actually slammed that pretty hard, did not want to shut. So that's just not going to work. What we're going to do, though, is inside this bag here should be the magic. Now, the unfortunate thing is, this thing is nearly $40. But I'm going to tell you, it's a small investment for the results that you'll get. Not to mention, this is actually OEM correct. So if you got one of those concours judging folks that are wanting to go and nail you to the wall, make sure everything is right, this is what you need. Look at the end of this thing. And then I'll show you the one that we had in the car right here. Now they're essentially the same profile, but look, this one's hollow and this one's solid. The solid one just doesn't compress enough. This thing here, there's nothing to it as for compression. Now, it's still going to seal your trunk up, but it's also going to allow it to shut very nice. And I got some tricks of installing it. This one actually came with some double-sided tape adhered to the bottom of it, which is probably sufficient. But I'm going to do one step further just because that's just kind of what we do around here, for the idea of I like to make sure that thing stays in place. Now, that might actually suffice and do just a fine job. But either way, I want to show you what we do, because a lot of times it doesn't come with this. And if that's the case, you need to follow the directions here I'm about to show you. What we're going to use is this 3M product, weather strip gasket adhesive. This one's black. They make yellow. We used to call it monkey snot back in the day in the car world, but they now make it in a convenient black tube, so it doesn't look as bad. This stuff is still 100% a horrible mess. It's kind of a pain in the butt to clean up. So ideally, tape off the areas so in case you do make some errors or get some schmutz everywhere, and it's easier to clean up because you got tape blocking it off. And the other thing is, this is a contact cement. You need to put both surfaces on the weather stripping and in our gutter. Give it a few moments and then work it into place. So with that being said, I'd recommend doing a foot to maybe 18 inches at a time so that you can work the seal in nice and contain the mess. So I'm going to start here at the back and work our way around. The other thing is the gap. I always line up here with the latch because obviously this is not a complete circle. You have to cut it to length. So I'll start at the bottom and then work my way around and finish here at the back side. To put the gap at the top, you could potentially have a leak. Now, we all know these cars leak no matter what you do. The trunk, it's just the nature of the beast. I guess I don't know anything around it. Every car I've ever put together always has some kind of a drip somewhere. That's why I'm going to go one step further and glue this in, just in case it is seeping past somewhere in my weather stripping. I'm going to try to glue the outer edge really good, plus the adhesive maybe prevent if it is sneaking in past it, so it forces it out down here in the corners instead. So nonetheless, let's get started installing this and show you how. So we're going to start out with just as simple as this. Put a little masking tape in place. That way when I put that down into its groove, I miss, I'm not getting that schmutz everywhere. Now, the edge I'm going to concern myself with is the outer loop. Like it's called the inside here, outer here. I'm going to try to glue that bottom corner sufficiently because the vertical face all around my whole trunk jam is actually in pretty good sorts. So that should put me in good shape here. So we're just going to go like this. I said we're going to do about a foot and a half at a time. See the stringy cheese here? Yeah. All right. Now the orientation of this is this will sit in the groove like this. So this flap, when it folds down, that goes towards the outside of the car. So that means I'm going to glue this edge. And but it's going to take a little bit of time for this stuff to set up and then work it into place. So this isn't going to be necessarily a quick job, but I think if you take your time and do it well, the results will pay for themselves. I'll give this a few minutes to dry up. I've got that whole leading edge here all kind of covered up. I'm going to spread it out a little thinner. It will dry a whole lot quicker if I do. I got that whole tube, so we got plenty of schmutz to play with. All right, we'll give this a few minutes to dry up. All right, this is dried long enough now. It's tacky to the touch and kind of leaves some strings. So I think we're ready to go. But since this has that adhesive thing, pull this off like a pull tab. And then once you get this in position, you can pull this out and it'll just kind of work its way into place. So what we're gonna do now is drop this in. I'll bring this out the back side here. Okay, that snaps into place pretty good, pushes in tight. There we go. Well, that's a whole lot easier to flex than that solid one. You'll see how once I'm all done, I'll be able to shut this trunk, no effort. My gaps will line up great, and I don't have to worry about adjusting this up and making it look like crap. So I'll keep doing the same thing all the way around the whole trunk. This is going to take several minutes, but you get the idea. All right, while I'm waiting for that next section to tack up and dry, I have, back in the day, using my whole theory of put it together, I've put the trunk deck on with this solid seal before and just continue to beat the crap out of the edge of the trunk to finally get it where the lines lined up. Then I kind of find out it really bowed the heck out of the trunk deck. That was before I knew better that there was another option for the trunk seal, or mess with the the adjustment of the trunk latch. But this is a by far better alternative than trying to make the trunk fit. And it kind of goes back to always dry fit and test fit everything before you put it together. That way, make sure you know what you're going to get into. But in this case, I don't, because I know this will work. And that's why I wanted to share this tip with you. So I'll start tucking the rest of this in here now and keep working my way around. Again, this is a bit of a messy job. So that masking tape comes in handy. Sometimes that lip's a little stubborn, so I'm going to use the old credit card here. That keeps it from charging too. You can use that because it's plastic. Kind of help tuck that corner in works really good. Tight radius is be a little stubborn. Oh, pull it too far. Okay, kind of here on the home stretch. There we go. Now, in real time, this probably took me about 30 minutes or so. Not too bad. This is kind of a lifesaver, so I'll keep you from charging too. Now what we gotta do is cut this to fit, because you have extra, of course. So all I like to do is just kind of eyeball it. Take the old fancy dancy scissors someone got for me, a viewer here. Super helpful, and it just cuts just like that. Okay, now we'll come back, we'll glue those together. Well, let's go ahead and do our little pull tab. Keep some pressure on the seal while you're pulling that, and it really shouldn't walk at all. I'll finish pulling this out, and I'll show you here what happens when we pull the tape off. All right, now peel the tape off. And if we find any spots that we missed, hopefully we'll catch them before they dry. We can wipe them up. No. Cool. Now we gotta glue our two ends together here. And for my last trick, where they seam together, I like using super glue because it dries a whole lot quicker than that weather strip adhesive. And I feel like I have more control of where the glue goes. I'll let that dry. Okay. Door with a little tiny bottle. You get those from the dollar store. Which I've learned, the dollar store isn't really $1 anymore. Some stuff's $4, some stuff's $5. All right, we'll give that a few more minutes to dry. Right, she's all glued in place, so after that, how did we do? Let's find out. Okay, I slammed that a little too hard, I think. It's shut. Okay. Vast improvement. Still takes a little bit of a firm closure. See, that's just kind of tapping it. The other trunk seal, I could not get that to shut. That's a little tight, but it's brand new. Give that thing about a week of sitting shut, I bet you it's gonna be a whole lot better. Either way we look at it, I'm not popped up anywhere. The other seal is actually bowing up the edges. This one I can actually get the trunk to shut. Go back to the beginning of the video and see how much I was slamming this thing and it would not shut. Still a little snug, but again, it is new weather stripping. It does take a little time to settle in, so I'm happy with that. Is it 100%? No, but does it always work out perfect in this world? Nope. But definitely a vast improvement, and I'm still gonna always go with the hollow seals every time anyway. So that was what I wanted to share with you. Or if you didn't know how to install the seal, get it glued into place and make it super solid, it's definitely not gonna go anywhere. So If you haven't seen this car from the very beginning, this is kind of the minor little details finishing up. Go back and watch the beginning. I have a playlist in the video description called Lamborghini. I even got one for the Mockingbird and the Great Pumpkin. Several cars have been built right here in this little tiny garage and come out in really fantastic results. And you want to see how it's done? Watch those videos. Ask me some questions or anything you didn't see or want me to cover. Definitely let me know. If someone want me to cover the trunk seal, there you go. Did it for you just the same. And I thought this was definitely worth sharing. That way, in case you try to get that solid seal in there, I'd still be trying to slam it shut. If I did get it to latch, I would guarantee you these sides would be popping way up and be out of alignment. So don't forget to ask me about a week or two, John, how's that trunk shutting? And I'll show you that. I'm almost very confident it'll shut really nice after a couple weeks of sitting here with the seal, just kind of compressing and get everything settled into place. Now, the argument could be the solid seal may settle some too. Nope, I had that seal in this trunk for almost 2 weeks and it just was not compressing. It was kind of an experiment. It's been a while since I bothered with the solid seals. I'm going to stick with the idea that I don't like them. Now, I bought this one separate from a guy off of eBay. Assured me it was for a Camaro or Firebird. It was the hollow. Showed me a cross section of it cut out and being hollow and advertised as hollow. I think Soft Seal brand weather strip kits come with a hollow seal. I don't remember. One of the cars that I assembled, I pulled it out of the package and sure enough, it was hollow and it worked fantastic. So I just know the one that I bought here for this one was from OER and it is what you see, the solid one. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up here for today. Neighbors cutting the grass, I gotta do the same. I'm gonna say, whatever I decide to get back out to, I'm gonna start working on the convertible top frame. And that's what you see hanging up back there in the background, hanging off my garage door track. All the pieces have been sandblasted, a little bit of body work can take care of the pitting, and have all been painted. So now it just needs greased and reassembled and then adjusted. I'm gonna start working on getting the top in order. So those are videos that are gonna be coming up either way you go, or how it's gonna get this thing all back together. And of course, I'll keep doing videos all the way here to the finish line, and then some new projects. You don't wanna miss out on that. So don't forget to subscribe, come back, check us all out, and hope to see you all next time.